Welcome back to Vigor. It's your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. So we're coming into it on the Verg Forest, and you will notice that I'm using an M2 Carbine. But why? Well, Matador says that they basically want a stress test on the M2 Carbine. And actually, I'm just going to call it M2 because it can be called Carbine or Carbine depending on how you say it. But, I'm just going to say M2 from now on to save the impending war in my comments section. So, Matador, this is my answer to your comment. Y'all didn't see it because I had the comment taken up so much at a time, but this lobby's boosted. There's a green crate up for grabs, and the loot is also boosted as well. Which is why you're going to see a lot more stuff than usual on the Verg Forest. Alright, so spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I have not used this weapon at all. At all. I mean, I pretty much shot like 2 scarecrow heads with it in 10 seconds before the match started here. So, if you want to see me use a weapon cold, this is that video. This is that video indeed. And you see, the reason why I'm using the M2 is because on one of my previous videos, I had a VSS with me, but I found an M2 in a container, and it ended up pulling through for me. So if anything, that video was a stress test, because I needed that thing to be accurate. And it was. So, we're going to see if we can capture lightning once again. And you see, yeah, I'm getting fuel out the butt. Right, so this is definitely a boosted lobby. But in a moment, you're going to hear gunshots go off. And I'm coming over here to investigate. And so, as I'm running over here, yep, there you go. As I'm running over here and trying to figure out where they're coming from, it's fierce. It's close and it's fierce. But turns out, I don't gotta look for long. Once I go across this rock right here, I see them in a distance. Right there. And I think, can I get a headshot? Nope, I can't. Like I said, cold. Now, I basically gave away my position. I basically did. So what's the best thing I can do? Stand my ground or relocate. And you see they're heading straight toward me. They're sandwiched. They gotta push away or push out of some way. And this thing's rate of fire is actually ridiculous. So now they're scared, right? Because you just heard one random gunshot out the corner. Why? I have no idea. But this is good. This is good. Because they pushed this way, the team that was shooting at them seen them run this way. And those houses make for some pretty obvious cover. So now I pretty much lured them into a trap they don't know exists. Because if that team decides to rush them, which they will, they're pretty much dead. And so I want to get a good bird's eye view, or crow's eye view of the entire situation. And you see, a red container was in there. I didn't know that was a barred house until I actually looked on the map and seen barred house. So now all I gotta do is wait. Put it back on single just in case I manage to pull off a miracle headshot. But yeah, look at that. Could have done it. Could have done it. But no. And that's why I said no. Whenever you hear some fierce gunshots like that, one person is firing because they see somebody right in front of them, and the other person's firing back as a retaliation. What I just said was, somebody died. Don't know who it was, but somebody died. Now remember, there are teams in this encounter, and it's nothing but duos. So we don't know who is who, right? We don't know who is on what team. All we can do is sit back and watch. And wait until one team pulls out and then that's my cue. Because I don't want to get stuck in a 2v2 v1 fight, and I'm the one. They will kill me, and then end up killing each other on accident. Because they're both going for me. And while they're going for me, they've seen each other, and then they kill each other. You see, the Outlands is a dog-eat-dog world. It is. But now that I've seen people die, it's time for me to stalk them. It's time for me to stalk them. Now, what's the best way to stalk somebody? Well, I would say follow them with your eyes, but luckily for me, there's a huge green flashing icon at the top of my screen, which works out perfectly. And all I gotta do is keep pace with them and wait for that golden opportunity where they're out in the open and they have no cover, and I can go prone and probably holds them down with this carbine. I mean, with this M2, excuse me. So I'm just going to follow the icon. That's all I can do. Now, if I do hear footsteps, that's good. I'm close, but I don't want to be too close. You know, because there's the off chance that they can hear somebody running up on them. Snow is loud. Snow is very loud indeed. And so, all I'm going to do is keep pace with them. And yeah, that's a whole team. The both of them survived. They either have good weapons or they know what they're doing. But the both of them survived. That other team down there is dead. Now you see, I could have went back there and scoured their weapons, but there are two reasons why. One, I want to stick with the carbine. I'm sorry, I want to stick with the M2. And two, they would gain ground on me. They would gain ground on me. And here's the thing, you always, you want to maintain visual like that, right? Visual confirmation at least once every maybe 5 to 7 seconds when you're stalking somebody. Because that way, you can at least infer where they're going. And I'm not going to lie to you, right here, I mess up. Because I'm thinking, where are they going now? Spoiler alert, this entire time, they were crossing the river. Look at them, they done crossed it now. So I missed that chance, right? I did. So now I gotta take the risk of crossing this river just to keep on their tail. You know what? I'm gonna say this. If you have ever played Assassin's Creed, you'll know what tailing missions are. And this is one of them. Well, here's the thing though. This river is not that deep. This crossing is not that deep. So they had cover to go behind. Still would have been a whole gunfight regardless. But a mortar strike would have done wonders if I shot at them and they, ducked behind a rock for cover. Now right here, I realize I gotta take a shot. I got to. They're about to get away. And so, here we go. Hit them once. This thing's rate of fire is pretty scary. It is pretty scary indeed. And yes, my Xbox just went off in the background. But now, I'm waiting for them to panic. They're panicking, right? But they're not going prone and looking for me. Instead, they're trying to make themselves targets. Look at them. They haven't stopped moving yet. They're like ants. And Santa Claus comes overhead with the actual airdrops. Look at this. And so, I shoot 2 more times. And I try. And I get a miracle headshot. Don't ask me how I got that. Do not ask me how I got that. But I will take it. I will take it. Now, his buddy's still alive. Yes, that was the airdrop carrier that I killed. But we can't celebrate yet. Because his buddy has another pair of eyes. His teammate. So now I gotta be extra cautious about, my approach angle. Because now he has eyes in the back of his head. Literally. Literally. The worst thing I can do right now is go loot his body and don't think twice about it. But, as you've seen just now, he's actually prone. Right there in front of me. So he wisened up and he does something smart. He didn't see me, but he's preparing for me to go loot the body. He's actually behind that rock in front of me. That rock face that comes down, yeah, he's actually right there. So I gotta risk visual detection, and I'm gonna cross. I'm gonna cross, and I wanna make sure I do it behind as much visual cover as possible. Go prone. Now, I can catch him off guard. Because he's actually right here. And that's that. That's that. Now, since they did loot the barred house, what do they have? Loot the airdrop carrier first? My goodness. My goodness. Now, if you're screaming at me, Jet, take the airdrop. Not yet. Not yet. You know why? Focus on the top of your screen. Well, I would say focus on it, but you can't see it right now. Okay, look at my compass. Watch it now. Airdrop. Somebody just got it. Somebody just got it. I'm not alone. So long to the carbine. Well, so long to the M2. Because I need a more powerful weapon. I need a more powerful weapon. Because what if I get ran up on? And you see, look at them. Look at them. They're coming. They're getting close. And so, right here I have a bit of a dummy moment. Realize I don't have the M2 carbine ammunition. Take the freaking SG1 ammo, you dummy. Now I got it. I got it now. Reload the weapon twice. Do I switch to the M82? Yes, I do. I don't reload it. Well, actually, yeah, I do reload it now. I'm under some pressure, you know? I'm under a little bit of pressure. Now, M82, loaded. SG1, loaded. Ready for bear. Wait, no. How's the saying go? Loaded for bear. There you go. I don't know what that saying means. I mean, I do know what it means. It just sounds cool. Loaded for bear. But anyways, I think that came from Modern Warfare 2 or 3. One of those two games. Anyways. So, I'm running up this mountain, right? Watch this. They're coming. They're coming. They got an airdrop too, but they want my head. I don't know why they do, but they do. And right here I realize I'm out of cover. This is bad. The only thing I can do is run to my left across a bridge, in which case I'll be a sitting duck, or run to my right. So I gotta push. I run across the bridge and I pray that I don't get shot. And I don't. Okay, now I can go up this hill and have a little bit of cover. I can have a little bit of cover going up this hill. Now I'm safe on my right side. Safe on my left side. They have no way of getting up top unless they go around and take that road. But that road is pretty far. And I'm looking behind me in the direction of that airdrop symbol, and I'm not seeing anybody. Which works out. Because once I jump across, I believe I jump. Do I jump? Yeah, I don't jump. Once I, fall into this little pathway right here, which is also guaranteed death, I'm at an exit. And so, there you have it. There you have it. Stephen, let me tell you. Or Stephen, I'm sorry. I'm going to call you Woods. There you go. Woods. Here is my initial impression of the M2 carbine. This thing's fire rate is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The thing's iron sights, I give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. It's simple, but there's a lot to be desired. It works, but there's a lot to be desired. Also, it's a cheap weapon to run, and it's full auto. I would like to think the carbine is a bad SVU with almost 3 times the ammunition. That's my impressions of the M2. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, let me ask you, which would you rather take? The VZ-52 rifle or the M2. Let me know why in a comment section down below. Personally, I maybe would take the VZ52, and that's only because it's a rifle and it has damage, like massive damage, as you've seen in my eliminations video. So, yeah. Did the M2 pass the stress test? Well, initially it didn't, but that was probably because I had no experience with this weapon and I missed an easy headshot. But somehow, some way, this thing manages to find heads. And so, look, it passes. I can't deny it. Because of this weapon, I came out. I made a huge trade up. M2 to SG1, and then made it 2. And green airdrop, yep, it passed. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time, peace.